What's going on Facebook? Been a while since I did a rant. First rant, I'm going to add to this. I was going to do another one the other day, but this is the first rant. I got to be the only person that fucking hates football. I hate football with a true passion. It's nothing like a bunch of people getting together to watch a bunch of guys play a child's game. I don't know how far the roots of football go back, but if you ever seen a football team, and I have seen, and you have them on TV, but I mean firsthand, there's our military. I said it, I'll say it again. I don't understand how somebody can go fight for their life and get peanuts and a bunch of motherfuckers run around on the field in tights with a ball, get millions. And it drives me crazy that anybody even gives a fuck about what they say. That's like with superstars and stuff. And I think Dave Chappelle said, he was like, what do you think about that Ja Rule? He said, who gives a fuck what Ja Rule thinks? I don't give a fuck what none of these people think. I hate to see football players on TV. They were like, well, you know, see, in my line of understanding that. I'm like, I don't give a fuck what they say. They got more money than they ever gonna need to know what to do with. Not to mention there's people starving in this world. That's why I just don't give a fuck. Second, I think it's unusual that we as people on this little planet, this little rock, do not know how close to evil we really are, or that polarity that decides to live a whole different alternative life. I guess you could call it that. Through the years of study, I figured something out. There will not be an awakening, there will be a purge. I always bang on religions, how they're taught, not the religion itself, on how they're taught. If you get into the Bible, Deuteronomy says, kill all unbelievers. I could take you to different passages in that Bible it's nothing but mass murder. And I don't get it. It's like, if thou shalt not kill. But then there's a time for everything. Do you understand what everything is? Doesn't make eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. You better start looking at this shit. But there will be a purge. And when that purge happens, it's going to be so quick and so devastating that we're not going to understand it. If they shut off a few basic needs of the people, if they even decide to do this, and I'm talking about water, electric, grocery stores, I don't know if you ever paid any attention. Your next door neighbor, we don't even know our next door neighbors anymore. You have no idea who you're living next to. I always used to laugh because my son said this. He said, you probably walk, we never knew if we ever walked past a serial killer because they look like who? They look like everybody. Like you can't find a pedophile just looks like a normal person. A killer looks like a normal person. These are not monsters. And it's funny because in all the religions they talk about monsters. So this is the one thing I come to a conclusion. They learn to hide themselves very well among us. Think about this. They always talk about a reptilian race. Now they say that they can disguise themselves like us. It's just really weird. I mean, I look at stuff and just laugh at it because if you want to hear some stories, where can you get some good? Listen to the deep web, the shadow web, or the dark web, whichever one they want to call it. Listen to some of those stories and accounts. They might not be real. They might be. I don't mess with it. You try to mess with it. There are people on this planet that would love to see you cannibalize. There's people on this planet that like to see you boiled alive and eaten, all kind of stuff. We have what we call, everybody is a twin. You have two polarities to you. Someone once said they couldn't be in with people with yoga because they said they could just feel the spirit. It ain't the spirit. Spirit means breath. I was like, oh my God, you better, sometimes I get so shitty. I'll be like, that just means breath all the way across the board. That's all spirit means. And I tell people that, like, you just couldn't deal with the polarity they were dealing with. That's it. That's just like if a guy decides to go out and become a bad martial artist and one that was a good martial artist. That means they deal with two different polarities. And if you don't understand those two polarities, or those two concepts, then just study Zoroaster. Yeah, Zoroaster. I'm sorry, I said it wrong. You can say Zoroaster, but Zoroaster. People don't know that those are the guys who came up with good and bad. Before that, it was a pantheon of gods. And if there ain't a pantheon of gods, just go to Psalms. Just look up Psalms. If I ain't mistaken, it might be Psalms 82. I might be wrong. But it said, God standeth in the congregation and he judgeth the gods. Now, someone said those were sons of gods. I think if you go down to 89 and you keep reading, that meeting was held in the fucking clouds. There are sons of gods, but there are angels that are sons of God. See, that's why I call that Bible the most confusing manuscript in the world. And have you ever noticed that there is no movie of the major religions, only Gnosticism and Judaism? That's the only two. And if you think I'm playing, go look at the movie with Charlton Heston and see where they get to chapter 6 and jump over it. And look at all the stuff they jump over in there, which will make you look at that Bible twice. Have you seen David and Goliath, right? Well, how come you never seen Ishmael? People be like, who the hell is that? I'm like, I'm telling you, man, there's some shit in that book. That's shit in all those books. Even in the Quran, the same way. Why don't we have something major? Why don't we have something major to show the strength? Just somebody just film it. That's because you know who's in power. That's why they won't do it. All right, I'm gone, but I know one thing. When it's time, are you going to come out or are you going to stay home and you going to be scared? You ready to die? Because this shit's going to go, this is going to be a ride. If you don't take it here, you're going to take it in the afterlife. That might be only a concept. Fuck the world, I'm out.